Mary from Happy Body Pilates, and welcome to your 7-day strength and mobility reset. This is obviously day one, and it's just going to be a fairly gentle full body wake up to help reignite healthy movement patterns in the body. You're going to need just a little bit of equipment. Hopefully you'll have a yoga block or something similar that you can put between your inner thighs, and also something that you can stand on. So maybe it's a hard covered book or something similar to this depth if you don't have a yoga block. And then you're just going to need a rolled up hand towel. And for one of the exercises, you're also going to need to be near a wall. Okay, so nothing too complicated, nothing too gimmicky, where it's just a chance to check in with your body and see how you move. I would love you to move with curiosity, not with force. And then by the end of the 7 days, you'll be able to check in and see if you're moving with a little bit more ease or alignment or fluidity or whatever it is that you're hopefully looking to gain by doing the 7-day reset with me. So you're going to start just by standing on your mat or on the floor and check in with your feet. You want them to be parallel. So really straight feet, kneecaps pointing forwards, and you're going to use your hands for some feedback to begin with, and that's why we're also using some of the equipment as well for feedback. So one hand on your rib cage and the other hand just on your sacrum, which is just a little bit below your lower back. So you might find that you've got more weight in your front hand rather than in your back hand. And what we're trying to do is get your rib cage to stack over your pelvis. So it's just going to be a very gentle, remember, we're not forcing anything. Stack your rib cage behind you. So probably ribs are forward. So you've got to gently move your rib cage back, gently move your pelvis forward. So you suddenly feel like your abdominals have engaged and you're not even doing an abdominal exercise. So let's just make sure that we understood that. So go back to where you were standing. I'm a bit like that. I like ribs in front of me. So when you're ready, take a breath in and exhale. Just put a little bit more weight into your backhand. So you want to feel like you've moved your pelvis into the backhand and your rib cage. Move it away from your front hand. So you feel like you've got this back front of the rib cage over the back and the front of your pelvis. Can we relax the arms now and just look straight ahead and take a few deep breaths in and out? Explore your breath and feel like you're moving into the front and the back and the sides of the body. If you want to keep your hands there for feedback, go ahead. Can you breathe into both hands? And hopefully you've managed to keep that alignment we talked about. The rib cage stacked over your pelvis and not in front of your pelvis. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. The fullest expression of your breath. Full breath in through your nose and a long exhale through your nose or your mouth if you have a preference. Either is fine. Make sure you're not locking your knees. So just soft knees while you're standing here. And deep breath out. Okay, so we're just going to consider this rib cage over pelvis stacking for a few of the other exercises that we're doing today. But first, can we do your standing to sitting to the floor test? So you're going to take one foot behind the other. Feel free to be near a wall if you're unsure about this one, and see if you can descend down to the ground without putting your hands on the floor. Or do you get to a point where you feel like you're about to fall over and you need to use your hands to catch you? So that's the ideal way. We want to be able to get down and get back up. So you might not be there yet. Use the floor if you need to, or use the wall. Can you stand up? You're going to need to put some of your weight forwards and aim not to use your hands. Your first one you might need to. You might feel like you need to push yourself up. See if you can cross your legs over the other way. When you're ready, start going down to the floor, getting as low as you can. We're trying to unlock those tight hips. So just judge where you are today. You might need to hold on, you might need to be near a wall, or can you smoothly sit down? And then when you're ready, you're aiming to get back up without using your hands. You might need to get up and down a slightly different way. Can you find another way to get down to the floor without using your hands or your elbows? And can you get up from the floor? And maybe there is another way that you need to get up. Give that one more go. This is the ideal way I'd like you to do it. And feel free to attempt it. But find another way if this is not for you yet. Notice I said yet. And up you come. So once you're up again, please grab your block and place it between your inner thighs. It's just going to give us feedback. Your feet are parallel. And then once again, because we've moved, I just want you to re-find that rib cage stacked over your pelvis. Arms relaxed down by your side. Push the block forwards as you roll the spine down. Feel like you're moving each segment bit by bit. As you stretch your spine, tailbones reaching down to the floor behind you, arms reach to the floor in front of you. Let your head go. Take a breath in at the bottom and then squeeze that block and press it forwards as you unroll the spine. And it's your pelvis that lifts you. And when it's vertical, when it's stacked upright, your spine easily lifts on top. Let's go again. Breath in, exhale, press that block forwards. You should feel your feet. You should feel the back of your hips. You should feel your legs. Have a quick look at your feet. Make sure you're not crunching your toes, and you could fit a marble under the arches of your feet. So you might need to put a little bit more weight onto your outer heels. Breath in, exhale, push the floor away. Push the block forwards. Start to get your vertical pelvis upright. Spine smoothly lifts on top. Let's do that one more time. Breath in. Exhale, that spine wants to segment. Allow it to happen. That ripple effect through each little bony segment of your spine. Soften your knees if you're locking them. Keep pushing that block forwards. So you've got that lovely round scooped shape, especially scooping that belly and rib cage up. Breath in, exhale, push down into the floor. Press your hips forwards. Lengthen your tailbone down. When your pelvis is vertical, your spine will smoothly lift on top. Okay, so now we want to look at your hinge pattern. We can smoothly roll down. Can we keep that spine nice and long? So you're going to take your hands behind your head. So this time, I want you to feel like you're pushing the block behind you instead of pressing it forwards. Soften your knees, start to squeeze your inner thighs towards that block and roll them inwards so that you can hinge. Your hips go behind you, your back is nice and flat and folds forwards. You want to make sure here that you haven't dipped into your lower back. So just a little bit of a lift into the waistband of your leggings or whatever you're wearing. And then you're going to push that block forwards a little bit so that you can stand upright. Remember your rib cage over pelvis stacking. Start to soften those knees. We go again. Fold forwards at the hips. Roll your inner thighs towards that block. Give me a lovely hinge pattern. Can we get your hips behind you? You might even feel some length in your hamstrings and some work in your butt. Put your weight into your heels and then push that block forwards to stand up. The whole time your inner thighs are rolling inwards towards that block. So feel like you're pushing that block behind you. We're going again. Keep lifting your head, pushing your head up into your hands. Push into your heels. Keep squeezing that block as you stand up straight. And we're going to do that one more time. Roll your inner thighs into that block. Get your hips behind you. Find that lengthened spine. Folding yourself in half. And when you're ready, drive into your heels. Push your hips forwards. And we stand up nice and tall with your rib cage stacked over your pelvis. Stretch your arms out and lower them down. Okay, move that block out of the way and come and stand at one end of your mat. All right, when you're ready, we're rolling down. So we don't have that block, but imagine you're pushing it forwards. And you're going to walk your hands along the mat with your pelvis staying nice and stable into a plank. You're going to bring your right foot forwards. Big step forwards and let your left knee come down to the ground. Okay, so this might be a big stretch for your hip. So you're going to keep your hands on the floor and then we're just going to push your heel back to straighten the leg. Let your knee come down. We're just going to explore a little bit of hip mobility. Remember, we move with curiosity. We don't move with force. And you're just trying to find out where you're a little bit stuck. press that leg away, really opening your hip. Let that knee come down. And again, press that leg away, aiming to get it straight if you can. Let that knee come down. And one more time, stretch the leg away, let it come down. You're going to keep your left hand on the floor, right arm to the ceiling as you do a twist. Reach up to look at your hand. Bring the hand back down to the floor. Go again, 2 more. Inhale. Use your breath in to reach up and twist. Your hand that's on the floor, your left hand, it's helpful to push that hand away to help you to twist up to the ceiling a little bit more. Place your hand back down. Can you step back into a plank? And then you're going to bring your left foot forwards. Big step back, let your knee come down. Hands can be on the outside of your foot or the inside of your foot for now. Stretch your leg. Let that knee come off the floor, opening your hip. Let the knee come down. And again, stretch that leg away. Really drive your toes into the mat, pushing your heel to the wall behind you. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. Keep connecting with your breath and keep that leg straight and let the knee come down. When you're ready, we go into the twist. So it's your left arm, twist to the ceiling. Your right hand, push it outwards. See if you can twist a bit more. Lower down. Which side do you twist better to? Just notice that. Inhale, twist. Lifting your chest to the ceiling. Trying not to lean into your right arm. You push away from the right arm. Last one here. And then just come onto all fours and sit back on your heels for a second. So we're going to move in a couple of variations of a cat stretch. So we start on all fours and we're going to go in something called new cat in town. So it goes back to that hinge position where you we're folding forwards from your hips. When you're ready, keep that spine nice and long and rock forwards a little bit. When you rock back, go deep into your hips, keeping that tailbone lengthening to the wall behind you. Don't let your tailbone tuck under. So you should really feel your hips. You might feel a bit sticky. Luckily, tomorrow's session is all about unlocking the hips. So we're going to get a bit more specific tomorrow. Today is just about where are you? Exploring your current range of motion, where you might be stuck, where you might move more smoothly, and up. Okay, to make this a bit more challenging. When you're ready, you're going to tuck your toes under and hover your knees. And we do the same thing. How far can you rock back? Come forwards a bit. Load your arms. How far can you rock back before your pelvis changes? You're trying to keep your tailbone lifted. And rock forwards. One more time. Rock back. And come forwards. Find your center. Lower your knees down. Relax your feet and press them into the floor. Do your ankles allow you to do this? Don't worry, there's going to be a feet and ankles day. You're going to turn your fingers inwards, round your spine, open your shoulders, stretch your back. There's going to be a shoulders day as well. Turn your hands outwards. Let your shoulder blades relax as you lift your head and chest up. Hands face inwards or fingers face inwards. Separate your shoulder blades from your spine, round your spine. Does the roundness of your spine feel equal from your tail all the way through to the neck and the head? Inhale, hands move outwards, let your scapula relax. Head and chest stretch forwards, tailbone is up. Remember when you do your cat stretch that your head and your tailbone should follow each other. Inhale, hands outwards. Relax scapula, chest up, one more each way. Fingers face inwards just to encourage the shoulder blades to protract and separate from your spine. And we go this way and we encourage your scapula to come towards your spine. And then hands face forwards and just sit back on your heels for a second. Taking a deep breath in and out. From here, you're going to take your knees and feet wider, and we're going to go into Frogger. Some people call it Frogger. So your feet are slightly in, your knees are as wide as you can get them as we rock back into the hips, rock forwards. Inhale, rock back. Allow those hips to open. Really, really stretch into your groin area. And forwards. Good. And again, rock back. You decide how wide your knees go. And up. But don't worry, tomorrow is going to be more about unlocking your hips. Today is just about exploring. Where are you? What feels easy? What feels natural? What feels like you're... Or where do you feel that little bit stuck? And one more time when you're ready. And bring your legs together and then take a seat. And you might need to use your towel. Fold it into a neat square or rectangle. You might not need it, but have it available just in case. Just below your lower back. Stretch your legs forwards and we're going to start rolling down to the mat. You did the standing, so obviously a little harder rolling down to the mat. We've got gravity now to deal with. Lengthen to the back edge of your mat. Now when your arms reach behind you, can you still keep that rib cage over pelvis stack? Arms to the ceiling. Reach your arms up so your shoulder blades separate away from your spine. Your rib cage drops down and you peel up bit by bit off the mat and stretch forwards. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll back, lengthening to the back edge of your mat. You're trying to push the mat forwards with your tailbone. You're trying to lengthen the rest of your spine to the back edge of your mat. Remember, when your arms go behind you, keep that rib cage over pelvis stack so you stay connected. Arms to the ceiling. Lift your shoulder blades off the floor. Drop your rib cage down. Your rib cage, almost leave it behind you as you stretch up and over, reaching forwards. We just have one more. Find that length. Tailbone pushes the mat forwards towards the wall in front of you. You lengthen to the back edge of your mat. Inhale here. Start moving the arms, protracting the shoulder blades. And your exhale breath, can it lift you all the way up? And if you can, you grab your toes. If not, it's somewhere else. And just for a moment, take a stretch here. Deep breath in and out, aiming to get your legs as straight as you can. Breathe into the back of your t-shirt. Lovely, guys. And then we're going to come up. And you're going to go to a wall, kneeling. And I'm going to go right side first, okay? Use your mat if you need to. So right side of your body is against the wall. That is your foot, your knee, your hip, your shoulder, and maybe your head when you start rotating. Your back foot, can you tuck those toes to give you stability and actively press that hip? This is going to be your left hip. Press your left hip forwards. So if you engage that side of your body, you don't have a sleepy bum. Your bum is active. Keep your left hip reaching forwards and you're going to rotate to the wall behind you. Try not to take your hip with you because that would be cheating. How far do you get? And keep pressing your right side into the wall and then return back. So how much rib cage and spinal rotation do we get? Press into the wall. Keep reaching or pressing your left hip forwards as you rotate back. And you'll turn your head to look at the arm, your arm, and return. Lovely. Let's go again. Breathe in and rotate. Exhale to stay there and see if you get a little bit more. Inhale to bring yourself back. One more. Remember, we're just moving with curiosity and we're trying to find space and you're not forcing anything. You are where you are for now. Okay, lovely. So we're going to do the other side. So place your foot, your hip, and your shoulder against the wall. And we keep pressing into the wall as you start to spiral. Keep pressing your hip forwards to the wall in front of you. So you don't want to let your front hip come with you. I was cheating a bit. Don't cheat. Keep your hip pressing forwards. Spiral backwards. Oh my goodness. One side easier than the other for sure. What about you? Inhale, twist. When you get there, exhale and see if you can get a little bit more. Remember, we're not forcing, you're just going to use your breath to see if you can get further. And last one, when you're ready, twist, twist, twist. Do you get a little bit more? And come back. Okay, well done. So from here, can you grab your block? We're going to check out your squat pattern. So you're going to just place your right foot up on the block. If it's not a block, it's something just to elevate your foot. Your feet are only going to be slightly turned out with your feet about hip distance apart. Okay, arms in front of you. Now you're going to feel this side a little bit more, the elevated side. So when you squat back, think about that hinge position again, which we looked at earlier. Go deep into your hips and you should feel your right side a little bit more. As you stand up, really press into your right heel and you're going to lift your left heel off the floor. So you're standing on your tippy toes on this side so that you at least feel level as you come up. Lower that heel, squat back, go deep into your hip. How does this hip feel? Push into that heel, lift your left heel. Inhale, squat back, deep into the hip. You should really feel this juicy hip flexion on your right side. Lift your left heel on the way up. 2 more and then we switch sides. Inhale, deep squat. Exhale, drive into that block. Heel comes up. 1 more time, lengthen spine. Imagine you're sitting down on a low chair and then come up and go to the other side. Okay, how do your hips feel in comparison to each other? So we're going to now end up lifting your right heel so that you hopefully feel level at the standing position. The heel has to come down as you go deep into your squat. Really feeling now that this left hip is much deeper and more intense than what the right leg is doing. Stand up, lift your heel. Arms reach forwards as a counterbalance, tailbone reaching behind you. Drive into the heel to come up, lifting your heel at the same time. Inhale, deep squat. Exhale, standing leg. Mostly, which is your left leg, is doing most of the work. Squat back and drive into that heel, remembering to lift your right heel up. Last one, squat deeply and lift and step off the block. Finally, we're going just into a hamstring stretch. So, parallel feet. Find your rib cage stacked over your pelvis. Go back to the beginning and just take a deep breath in and out. And you're going to aim to keep your legs straight for the beginning bit. You're going to roll down again, just like you did earlier, pressing your hips forwards as if the block were between your inner thighs. And when you get there, you're going to bend your knees and wrap your arms behind your legs. Hold somewhere onto your arms. So you're in a bit of a bind. And when you breathe in, you're going to straighten your legs as much as you can, drawing your belly up. Let your knees bend. The tension should feel like a 3 out of 5, not a 5 out of 5. Stretch your legs, drawing your belly up, lifting your spine and ribs up into your t-shirt. Let those knees bend. Your head just needs to hang. Leave your head. Let it go. Inhale, stretch. Do what you can, but remember, we're not pushing beyond a 3 out of 5. And let your knees bend. Final one. Find that deep stretch in the back of the legs. Let your arms go. Hang to the floor. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Neck is super relaxed. Start rolling up. And remember, it's your pelvis that lifts you. Tailbone moves down the back of your legs. Hips press forwards. When you have a stacked vertical pelvis, everything goes on top. Find your rib cage over pelvis stack and just take your final deep breath in and out. And well done for moving with me today. So I hope you are looking forward to day 2, which is going to be all about unlocking your hips. And if you know anybody who could really benefit from this reset, then please share the videos with them, and leave a comment if you wish. See you tomorrow.